Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make this rock keychain. Now it's pretty simple to make and it's pretty fun to decorate your backpack before back to school, and it's also a nice way to sort of remember your summer memories, like if you went somewhere special with your friends and you collected a bunch of rocks. I don't know if you guys do that, but my friends and I do that all the time, and this is a way to take it with you, and it's pretty fun and it's pretty simple, and you can make a whole bunch and you can give them to your friends, you can keep them for yourself. So yeah, let's get started. So in order to make this keychain, you're going to need some rocks from your favorite place or wherever you went traveling with your friends this summer. And then another thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors, some key rings, some hemp string. Now hemp string can come in a very processed state, or you can get some natural hemp string that is a little bit more rough, but I think it looks really nice. Finally, you're going to need some of your favorite beads, so I just have a whole bunch here. I'm planning on using these smaller pony beads and maybe some of these E beads. I'm not really sure the formal name for them, but you can get them at the dollar store or Michael's Crafts. And then I got these mini pony beads from Dollar Tree. The last thing you're going to need is a ruler. So now we can get started. I'm going to go with 12 inches or 30 centimeters. Let's fold it in half. And then we'll do that once more. So take your long string that you just cut, alright. Now that we have 60 centimeters, two 60 centimeter strings, fold them in half. What you're going to want to do is take a key ring, so keep these folded. Take your key ring, put the loops through, and then pull the ends through the loop. I think this might be called a lark's head knot. Now that we have our strings attached, we can get started on attaching the rock. So you're going to want to pick a rock that has lots of edges, so when you knot here, 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 if it's hanging, it kind of sits in the string sort of pouch that you're making. So something that's a little bit more smooth or sort of round, it might be a little bit harder, but I mean all of them are possible. You just have to be really patient. So I picked this one. It's kind of interesting because it's like two colors, but yeah, I mean you can see. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna separate these strings, and you're going to place your rock there. So what you're gonna end up doing is a whole bunch of knots, and eventually this will be covered in knots, right? So since these are a pair and these are a pair, you're gonna want to knot the two opposite. So these pairs will be separated. So in order to make these basket knots, you just tie a simple knot like that. And another knot like that. So this is your first part to your rock pouch. So now that you have these two sides knotted, you're gonna want to ensure that the strings are all facing the right way in the way that they're coming off of this part. So the next step is to pair the opposite strings again. So since you knotted these two and these two, you're going to take the ones closest of each pair and knot again. So since these were from opposite sides, you're going to knot this opposite pair. Now you can use tape or something if you're having troubles. I mean, you can see it's not easy to tie knots all the time when you don't have a clipboard or whatever, and sometimes having a clipboard might make your knots like more neat, but as you can see, it's not going too terrible. So we have that pair. And that pair. So next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ensure that your rock is in fact fitting in your hemp pouch right now. So it might take some effort, but if you stop checking it all the time, eventually you're going to get a pouch that may be too big or too small for your rock. Alright, so this is our rock pouch so far. And we continue. You can either keep the rock in while you're knotting, which might be a good idea if you're getting close to the end, in which case you're gonna want to make sure like that everything's fitting properly, because you wouldn't want to finish your rock pouch and find out it can't fit. Now, if you finish your rock pouch and it cannot fit, it's easy enough to just pick another rock to see if it will fit. Like, while you're knotting, maybe have a couple backups just to make sure that, I mean, if you're gonna make a whole bunch too, right? One's bound to fit. So here's another knot. Then we knot the other side. Now our rock pouch is almost done. We knot the opposite sides once again. Now you can make the knots as close together as you want or as far as apart. It's all up to you, and each rock is different obviously, so whatever will make the rock stay, because obviously you don't want them to fall out. So this is our rock pouch. So from here, since the rock seems all good and gonna stay, no place for it to escape through the strings, it's all tight, we can make a knot. Now you can either leave it like this, or we can add beads. You can do the beads however you want. Use your creativity, and you can pick your own colors or pick your own style. Like if you want to put beads on each individual strand, that's totally okay. And you can pair them off and put more beads on, or put a whole bunch of beads on before you knot it again. This is just what I chose to do. So, and finally, what I'm going to do on mine, you don't have to do this if you don't have these or if you don't want to. So I'm going to put beads on I think they're called tassels. Now, because this is natural hemp cord, some areas of the string might actually be wider than others. So as you can see, it gets kind of thick. Not to worry though, you can always cut it off or pick pieces of the natural hemp string that you'd rather use rather than the wide fuzzy parts. And so as you can see, that part's like super wide. Had some troubles getting my bead over. And I'm just tying single knots. Like if you're using beads with like wider holes, then you're gonna want to accommodate for that, so tie more knots or whatever you need to do. Could probably even put glue on the ends. I'm pretty lazy in terms of gluing bracelets or keychains or anything like that. I like to have it all pretty minimal in terms of what I need to make these things, so minimal in terms of supplies needed, if that makes sense. So this is your finished rock keychain with your beads. So this is a perfect sort of end of summer keychain for your backpack or like your purse or something from a favorite memory. So this particular rock is from when my friend and I went to swim at the river by my house. So we always collect rocks though, like we're constantly collecting rocks and shells and stuff like that. I'm sure you could also put shells in sort of a pouch like this. That could be a pretty cute craft. I mean, shells are kind of more delicate though, so it might crack over time, especially if you're using your backpack for school. I don't know how rough you guys are with your stuff, but I'm pretty rough with my backpack, always like throwing it to the ground and stuff like that. But so apart from this one, I've also made several others. So there's also this one, which I used square knots to, you know, make it a little bit fancier. However, it didn't turn out all that nice. Obviously, I need more practice at these. But this one, obviously, is just a keychain. This one, however, is just a small one that I made that I actually keep on my bulletin board. So it's like a nice decoration. I really like collecting rocks, obviously. So I have favorites and things that remind me of places I've been. So I made this one, and it just stays above my desk on a pin. And then finally, this one actually lives on my school backpack. I have other stuff attached to this part, but I had this as a keychain before that I got at a crystal store, and it broke. So I'm like, well, this is such a beautiful piece of amethyst that I wanted to put on my backpack again. So I ended up making a hemp string pouch for it. But I'm still practicing, and hopefully one day I'll be making very even knots on all my rocks. I know people get really good at it, and they can make like beautiful jewelry and necklaces out of them. With a smaller rock, I wrapped this one and I braided the ends, and it's actually a necklace, so I can just pull over my head or I can untie it. But this is also a really nice gift, I think, in my opinion. I don't know what your friends like, but I know a lot of my friends really like rocks and crystals and stuff like that. So yeah, lots you can do with these rock pouches. Very versatile, not just for keychains, but for other jewelry, bracelets, necklaces. But yeah, you can use your creativity and have fun. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that things were clear, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.